Nazi apologists frequently point to the Autobahn as like a sign of the Nazis being socialists or communists. It's like the main thing they latch onto. They're like, oh, the Nazis can't be fascists because they had like massive public infrastructure projects and like boosted, got rid of unemployment and had like really like social security schemes for German people. Yeah, really, that's where they fall down though, because like the Autobahn itself was literally, it wasn't built to ensure different parts of the country were connected to each other. That was a part of it. But the main reason it was built was to become like the basis of the war economy.
Yeah, of course, but it does also just solve many issues. Of course. You know, it solves unemployment because they need vast amounts of workers to get it done. It's a way to get Germans on their side. I mean, it's to say it's for the war effort. I mean, you know, they were doing it for multiple reasons. On paper, there are actually quite a few examples where they do display themselves as doing something quite socialist. But most of them, not all of them, but most of them, there's always an ulterior motive.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to give weight to it. Like, it's a really stupid thing that people say, no, they're not. The Nazis weren't fascists. They were socialists. They were called National Socialists. They were a different form of fascism and socialism. They were something completely different. But they weren't. They were just fascists. But like people in their minds, for some reason.
Well, they were fascists, but they still did the occasional socialist or the slightly left-leaning policy to help. Because at the end of the day, some of them were extremely popular, and the Nazis, even if they are fascists, are also a populist party that will do what it takes for their people to like them.
I'm not saying they haven't done any. I'm saying that the ones they do, like you just said, are for an ulterior motive.
It's not just an ulterior motive. They are actually, you know, connecting the fatherland, even if they're doing it for a certain reason.
Yeah, connecting the fatherland, a really nationalistic idea, right? That in itself is nationalistic.
Of course, yeah.
Connecting the fatherland, you know, getting German-speaking Germans in one country from Czechoslovakia and Austria and Poland. It's all got this like underlying tone of like militarism, nationalism, persecution of like minorities. In socialism, for it to be socialism, there needs to be like equal treatment of all peoples.
You should say
like the core tenet of socialism.
Absolutely. The next example I have is something that is pretty much exactly the opposite of socialism. Hitler considers trade unions as communist scum, which is
socialist.
Socialist.
Oh, yeah.
And a threat to the nation. So he creates a new German Labour Front. That was the name of it. So he can destroy the trade unions of Germany, steal their wealth, and imprison their leaders. So pretty much as right as it gets.
Oh, you're telling me they're not for the protection of workers and people? Everything comes back to fascism. Like everything. Now, I'm sorry getting really impassioned, but like there are blatant signs of how fascistic they are. And like that is such an obvious one, but people still on TikTok and Instagram comment sections are like, no, they're actually National Socialists.